up, YouTube, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now listen, I already know what a lot of y'all's about to say, like, Erica, you said no breaks and you done took a whole month off, sis. Okay, listen, I had a couple trips that happened back to back during June, during July, August. So I had a lot going on, and the best way to not overload my brain was to just take a step back for a second, do my little trips I had, and then get back to the business. But today, we're going to keep it real chill, real, just like nice and simple. We're going to do a story time today. So I know how much y'all love mess. Honestly, this is not that messy. It's kind of funny to me. But anyway, we gonna have a story time, just a little messy, about something that happened with me when I was in college. And I'm going to do a small disclaimer on this video prior to it getting, like, me getting started. This is just for fun and games. It's just for jokes. So please do not take me serious when I say certain things. This happened a while ago, so any hate, any little sly comments, shade, any of that, you just simply gonna get deleted and blocked. Simple as that.
It's not that serious. Trust me, I know that.
Because, come on now, let's be real. It's just a story time. It's just for fun and games. So your feelings gonna get hurt. You need to check out the video right now, okay? But without further ado, let's go ahead and let's get into the video. Okay, y'all, so I know y'all read the title. So basically, we just gonna start from the first thing I can think of is how me and this particular person met. So this happened, like I said, when I was back in college, and basically we met in my dorm. Okay, so you know, I really was not trying to be on no, like, I guess, trying to be in no, like, fun and games with nobody or whatever, just because, like, it's already been a lot of fun and games that's been happening with me so far, like, when I was in school, and I just ain't had time. So I was like, nah, you know what? I ain't with that. I ain't with that. It was so many of my friends that kept saying, like, you should say something to do. You should say something to do. And I'm like, for what? Like, you know, I'm cool on him. Like, no. And then I'm not going to disclose, like, any, like, hard on details. Like, of course, like, any names is a no, but like any hard on details that y'all will, like, pinpoint on who I'm talking about, because y'all will go and find out. Or just in case, like, people I went to school with, or even him, watches this video, and come on, like I said before, the disclaimer is all fun and games. Like, we can sit back and laugh on it now, and if you can't, then, you know, I'm sorry. This is my channel. I'm gonna post what I want to post. Okay, I just started going on a whole rant. Okay, my bad. Let's get back to the story. Basically, my friends just kept telling me, like, you know, you should go talk to dude. And I'm just like, you know, y'all, I don't really know. So, like, for me, like, I'm the type of person, if I see something I like, I'm gonna go get it. You know, like, I'm gonna go get what I want. Like, that's just simple as that. I don't have no problem shooting my shot. I mean, I feel like that whole little narrative of guys always gotta come up to the girl thing is so, like, played out. Like, at the end of the day, if you're attractive to me and I feel like, I'm like, okay, you know, I'm gonna come holla. Simple as that. But basically, I don't even know, like, what our first conversation was about, y'all. I think I said something about us being in the same class, and I don't even think we took the same class. I think, like, the first class, like the first day of class, I saw him in there, and then, like, yeah, he didn't come to the class anymore after that because he probably, like, dropped the class or whatever. But literally, that was, like, my way, I guess, of striking up a conversation. So, you know, I striked up a conversation with him, you know, kept it real simple. So then after that, you know, we just started kicking it. And for the most part, we was just kicking it, like, in my dorm lobby, like, just really chilling, like, not even really just going out the way doing nothing, like, extra anything. We really were just getting to know each other as friends, like, on some real simple type of stuff. So basically, after we, like, you know, started to become friends, we started kicking it a little bit more. And I want to say this was the next semester. Yeah, this was the next semester when I moved off campus and moved into my first apartment with some of my roommates. Mind you, me and him were still, like, I'm not gonna say talking at the time. We were still, like, cool. We were cooling at the time or whatever. So, you know, it was nothing of it. If he wanted to come over and chill, I'm like, yeah, pull up. You know what I'm saying? Because I think he was still like living in the dorms at the time, or maybe he wasn't. I don't really know. I think he was, now that I'm thinking about it. Okay, yeah, he was still living at the dorms at the time, and I had moved out campus to my apartment. So now that y'all kind of got a backstory, like how I kind of went up to him, kind of talked to him, blase, blase, that's kind of how that went. Now let's really get into like, the part is, yeah. So basically, we grown here. I'm grown now. So mama, if you watching this, you know. Anyway, so me and him, we started kicking it on a more intimate type of level. Like we started to be a little bit more friendly. And with guys, typically how it go when you're talking to a guy, because girls, you know how we get when you're talking to a guy, you feel like they are really paying attention to you. You feel special. You feel like, okay, he really feeling me, like, And like I said, I ain't gonna get too much into detail, but he was definitely known around campus. So I kept feeling like, you know, obviously I'm that girl for him to be paying attention to me. Like, duh. Okay, that was my little naive little mind, knowing that girl, is plenty of other girls that he was dealing with at the time. But also at the time that we were dealing, I was, dealing with other people myself. Not like that, but I was single. So if somebody was open to taking me out on a date or whatever, I was up for it. I really didn't care, because I ain't had no ties to him like that. But I will say that I was more heavily invested in him because I really did started to like him, which is like, y'all, we gonna have a whole video on that about like the talking stage, dating, situationships. It gets serious because, us as women, we make up a whole fantasy in our mind about dudes that we talking to, and we gotta really stop doing that. Anyway, basically after we started dealing more on an intimate level, I'm not gonna say like we was also just like romantic like that. Like he'll come and see me and stuff like that. And once again, I felt so special because he was known. He could have been anywhere else. He could have been at like a party. He could have been like with his homeboys anywhere, but he wanted to come and spend time with me. So I was like, yes, like I am that girl, really feeling my head up. I'm like, yes, I am it. So basically, once we started having dealings, I would always go to his house. He would always come to my house. But one thing I always appreciated is that like we were still friends, even besides the point of us like dealing. And I'm not gonna say the term because my mama does watch my YouTube videos, but besides us dealing, like alongside of that, we used to always kick it like and just talk. Like we would sit and talk and chill and laugh. Like I felt like we had like a genuine friendship outside of, the intimacy that we both like had with each other. But yeah, as I thought. So I thought that I had some type of respect, there from him. And also, I will say, as the time went on of me and him like talking, that's when I started to be like, okay, Erica, you're not the only one. You're not the only one. I mean, look at him. Look at him. Okay. Like, first of all, the man was gorgeous. I'm going to say that right now. Like, still is to this day. Okay. I'm just going to be honest. Beautiful man. All right. Like, look at him. Look at him. You're not the only one. It's plenty more that's out there, trust me. And it's plenty more that he's dealing with. So that kind of started to wear down on me. And I started to be like, okay, maybe this situation isn't as special as I may thought it was. But I still felt like somewhere, okay, no, because we have something a little bit more than probably some of them other females have. Like, we are genuine friends. Like, we started off as friends. And honestly, one thing I respected about him too, before we became intimate, it didn't start off like on the first week, second week, third week, first month, second month, third month. Like, it probably we probably didn't started dealing in that way until like maybe 5 or 6 months into us knowing each other. So that's why when everything happened, I really was like, kudos to you, my boy, because you did a great job at playing the role. Like, when they say that men know what they want and they will be patient for what they want, well, some men, they will be patient for what they want. It may have been, okay, yeah, he was dealing with other girls, you know, like that's a given. And I've heard plenty of guys say, dealing with someone in that way, that's just whatever. You can do that with any girl. But when they have their eye on one specific girl, sorry, that was my dog. But when they have their eye on one specific girl that they want to deal with in that way, they gonna be as patient as all get out because they know what they want. And that's what the whole situation was leading up to. So basically, after me and him had these dealings, I started kind of thinking like, yeah, I'm not the only one. And then after that, I just kind of started to not care that I was the only one, because once again, I felt like that we had a connection there that the other ones probably didn't have with him. Girl. Listen, we got to stop doing this to ourselves, okay? Like, we got to stop doing it to ourselves, literally. But at the time, that's how I felt. So, I was just head over heels. Like, I was meeting up with him. I was doing this. And this is the thing right here, y'all. We were never out in public. It was real sneaky link vibes. Like, everything about it was sneaky link. And it's like, I knew that. He knew that. But once again, my little mind, I'm still thinking, nah, we got something a little bit tighter than just a sneaky link. Like, yeah, we sneaking and we leaking, but it's more than that. It's a little bit heightened. It's a little bit heightened than just, a sneaky link that like pull up when you say pull up type stuff. So this is when I really started to feel like also that, yeah, I'm special. I'm that one. I'm that girl. He would always say little stuff like, I want to see you. I want to come be with you. And like the way he would like lay up with me and stuff like that. I'm like, all this laying up and we not dealing? Come on now. Like, it would literally be times where we could go to each other's house and just lay up and we wouldn't deal in that way. And that's how I knew, like, yeah, like we got a little bit more than just that. Like it's not just like a hit it and quit it and like I see you on the next go round type of thing. It's really not one of those. So I really genuinely thought like, okay, we have something there. And then that's when I asked the question. Now, ladies, and men too, because it's not just women, men too. When you ask that question, when you ask that, that's very bold question, you got to be ready for that answer, okay? If you bold enough to ask the question, what are we? What are we doing? What is this? Be ready for the answer you probably don't want to hear, because you may think that you're going to get the answer that you want to hear. You probably going to get the answer of like, we working on a relationship. Like, I see you and me building something together. We doing this. And you know what that answer be? I thought we was chilling. I thought we was just kicking it. I thought we was just having fun. I thought we was just, and I was like, that's the answer I got, y'all. I asked that question, and that's the answer I got. That was not the answer I wanted to know. And it's like, deep down inside, I knew that was the answer I was going to get. But for some reason, I just thought maybe, just maybe, he finna shock me. And he finna be like, nah, Erica, like, I really, like, you and me, like, we really have grown something here. We really got a connection here. That's not what happens, sis. So basically, after we had this whole little situation where we have pretty much gotten the understanding that we really is just sneaky links, I was just like, okay, like It is, that's what it is. It is what it is. And, you know, I just need to go, like, you know, face that. Like, that's messed up because I really thought it was something else. But me still being caught up, me still being so heavily involved, me still being so head over heels, I thought the dumbest thing that a woman could think is that I can change his mind. I'm going to be the one to change him. I'm going to be the one to show him I'm the one. I am the one he's looking for. I'm the one he needs. Girl, let me tell you something. If y'all are over here thinking that, even right now about the guy that you may be dealing with, you can't change a man that don't want to be changed. That's the first thing. You can't love anyone into loving you. That's the second thing. And third, a man wants what a man wants. Okay? Now, I'm not a man. True enough, I'm not a man. But I know us as women, we know very early if this is what we want. We know very early on. And maybe it takes a little bit longer for men, but from all like the guy friends that I have, they tell me all the time that a man knows if he wants to be with you after like 3 months of y'all dealing with each other. And if he's still pitter-pattering and y'all still sneaking and linking and all of that, that's what it is. Like, it's not going no further than that. He just got you there, you know, to get to where he trying to get to, which is to the person he is meant to be for. So keep that in mind. So moving besides that, basically we're going to get to the real meat and potatoes of the whole story. So as I said, I still had, you know, this feeling that I could change him, that I'm going to show him I'm the one that he wants to be with. He's saying we just chilling now, but like, he don't know. I'm that girl. Like, what? I mean, yeah, I was super confident, and I'm still, you know, super confident to this day. But, you know, when someone shows you the situation y'all are in and tells you, that's what it is. That's what it is. Simple as that, you know? So basically, y'all, what happened was I still was seeing him. He was still seeing me. We were still dealing intimately. And there came a weekend where he was going out of town. And he was going out of town to be with his family. And I was like, you know, let me know when you get back. You know, I want to see you, you know, do. I want to see you. I want to, you know, spend time with you when you get back. Like, oh, my God, I miss you. Woo, woo, woo. Girl. So, you know, I was minding my business. I'm still at school. Like, I stayed at school while he went out of town back to his hometown. Well, he went back to his hometown. Went back to his hometown. I'm at school, minding my business, you know, enjoying. I think this was like Christmas break. So I was just like, it was like classes had already like finished up. So I was just kind of waiting to go home or something like that. Or maybe it was Thanksgiving break. It was one of those. Basically, I'm in line to get food. Get food from drive-thru I was in. And while I'm sitting there waiting, you know, I'm just scrolling through social media, like, you know, just looking through like I would normally do. Like, it's nothing that I wouldn't do at my schedule, but I'm just looking through my social media, like seeing what's popping. So as I'm scrolling through social media, y'all, I look, and I was on Facebook. I was on Facebook, y'all, not Instagram. I was on Facebook. I was on Facebook, which I call family book because a lot of my family is on there. So I be careful about what I post on there. But anyway, I'm on Facebook and I see a freaking picture of him and his girlfriend, who is heavily pregnant, at their baby shower. Y'all, I am not making this up. Like, a full picture with his girlfriend at their baby shower, getting gifts, smiling, happy, opening gifts, taking pictures with family. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. I was so confused, y'all. I was so confused. I really was just like, wait a second. So you telling me you went to go home to, like, you know, see your parents and like be with them because you forgot to mention that you were going to your baby shower. You're at your baby shower. You're not at a cousin's or that's your baby. That is your child. When I say I couldn't even process what I was feeling at that moment, I couldn't even process, y'all. I was so, my mind was everywhere. It was everywhere, honestly. Like, and remember what I said, y'all. I still, in the back of my brain, just kept thinking, like, no, like, we are meant to be together. He's going to see that I'm the one. Y'all. Like, the way my heart dropped out of my body onto the bottom of my car floor, that's how serious it was. I have never felt so like defeated in all my life. Like, it was just so, at that moment, it was just so like heart-wrenching. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to feel. I was so angry, sad, upset, disappointed, everything. Everything about it was just so like, it was hard. It was really hard. So, of course, y'all know me. I'm finna go, well, y'all don't know me, but of course, me as a woman, I go investigate. Because I'm like, okay, maybe it's just a little one night stand type of thing. Maybe they really not dealing like that for real. You know, like maybe that happened. Girl really trying to make excuses, like really trying to make a positive out of the situation for real. So I go to her page. Oh, by the way, this is the way I saw it. He didn't post a picture. She posted a picture of them and tagged him, which is how I saw it. And I was like, not you getting caught up. So I was just like, okay. So basically, I went to her Facebook page, right? Went to her Facebook page and, you know, she started talking about, you know, how many people could say that they in a healthy relationship with a baby daddy, woo, woo, woo. I was like, so y'all like dealing for real, for real? Girl, she had like videos of them together in the car. Like them, like, I'm like, oh, this is a whole relationship. So after, and let me also say this to y'all. There has been other things that has happened with me and him that I definitely cannot speak on. I will never speak on it because me and him vowed to take that to the grave. But there are some things that has happened with us that we kind of grew a connection even further than just like what people saw on the surface. So that's why I was really hurt by this. Like, I was really, really hurt by this that I couldn't even process words. So mind y'all, he was away. So I had to wait until he got back. Because I'm like, I'm not finna just bust him out like right now. Like, no, I want to see him in person, you know, so I can confront him on this and be like, you know, what? So basically, y'all, I conjured up a plan. I had to talk to my roommates about it because I'm like, y'all cannot believe what so-and-so did. Like, bro, let me show you. And I'm like showing them, I'm like, look at this. And they like, wow. And then, you know, in typical them females fashion, because I don't want to say they was my friends, but in typical fashion, they was like, dang, girl, you know, like, I mean, you know, he was, you know, who he was. And I'm just like, don't tell me nothing like that. Like, I don't need no I told you so right now in this moment, okay? But yeah, anyway, basically what happened was I conjured up a plan. I conjured up a plan because I was like, do I just want to go to his house and be like, yo, what's up? Like, do. Like, how I want to go about this? Like, how exactly do I want to do this? How do I want to bust this man out? And let me be clear, by no means was I finna go up in there and be like, you did that. Because, like, I wasn't his girlfriend. Now, that part I do know. That part I do get. But, there is a big, heavy but up in here. But I felt like as a woman and as a so-called, I thought, friend, that he would give me a little bit more respect than that, like, but at the end of the day, like, what he had going on at the time, like, girl, what was I expecting? Like, was I expecting a whole sit down and like, Erica, let me explain it? Like, no, girl, no. So basically the plan I had was to, and I talked to my roommate about this, and she's so messy, bro. She literally came with me to go get all the stuff. So I conjured up the plan to, you know what? I'm going to hit him up. And I'm going to tell him, hit me back when you make it back home. Tell me when you make it back home. But what I'm going to go do is, I'm going to go to the store, and I'm going to buy them a beautiful baby shower gift for their baby girl, because that's what they had. They had a girl. I'm going to buy them a beautiful gift for their child, their future child. And I'm going to present it to him. And that's how I'm going to tell him that I know. So, y'all, this is so funny because, like, what was I thinking, bruh? Like, the level of pettiness that this was just like, girl, like, the fact that I went through all of this. So, basically, I went to the store. I picked up a couple of things. I got a couple things for, like, the baby. Like, I got, like, bottles. Like, y'all, I got a decent gift, right? I know some of y'all probably like, girl, what the? But, like, listen. I was angry, but come on now. Like, let me help y'all out, Let me help y'all out. Let me give y'all a little something. Let me show you how much I appreciate this situation. And I'm going to give something to your child. So when you give this gift to your girl, explain where this came from. So anyway, basically, I went and I got the gift. And he finally hit me up, y'all. I had it packaged and everything ready before he got back. So when he got back, back to school where we was at, he hit me up and was like, hey, I'm home type, so you gonna come over? And I'm just like, yeah. So mind y'all, we still sneaking and linking. We still doing that. At this point, that's all we was doing. Like, we was still kicking it. We was still cool. Like, we was still friends, I guess, before I found this out. So, we was still dealing. So, like, I want to say, like, right before he went or something, we just dealt. So that's why I was just like, you just dealt with me and probably two more other people and then went to your baby shower? I be trying to, like, give some of y'all dudes some type of credit, but y'all just go and do some of the most dirtiest stuff on this planet. Not saying that females don't be doing some dirty stuff too, but just speaking on my own experiences, like, I done got done some dirty ways, bro. I'm telling you. So, anyway, he hit me up. Let me know he back home type stuff. So, I'm just like, all right, now is the time. It's the time. So, I packaged up the gift, y'all. And the way I had to do this is so stupid. Like, it's literally so funny now because it's like the way I was going through all this hassle just to get at this man. So basically, his apartments that he stayed in was in like a building. So you have to have a code to get in the building, and then the building has the apartments inside of it, if that make any type of sense. So I knew that the door to get in the building, either he had to come down and like let me in because it's a code to it. And sometimes the code on the door wouldn't work to get in the building. So he would have to come down and let me in. So I was like, okay, obviously I don't want him to see me with the gift as soon as I get there. So I was like, I'm going to leave it in my car. and you know, I'm going to go get it a little bit later. I'm really gonna make this man think, you know, we finna get in here, we finna chill, I'm really finna make him think that it's finna be a grand night. He really thinking like we finna. But no. So basically, y'all, I get there to the apartment. I had to park kind of like a little bit far from his building. I was like, dang, this gonna be a long walk for me to be coming all the way with this gift. What if he come outside? What if his roommate see me? Anything. So I was just like, okay, chill out, chill out, chill out. Luckily, it was cold at the time, y'all. It was cold because, like I said, it was around Christmas time. So it was cold at the time. I go to his house. He opened the door and he like, you know, hey, what's up? I'm like, you know, I'm kicking it right along with him. I'm like, yeah, you know what's good? Like, you know, so we go inside and first of all, he had like music playing in his room, like get jiggy with it music. I'm like, oh, friend. So basically, after I'm just like, you just don't even know, do you? So after we sit in there for a little minute and, you know, we was like kicking it a little bit. We was just like talking, chopping it up a little bit. His roommate started calling him about something because they actually had people over, I think, that night, like just a couple folks. So his roommate started talking to him about something. So he go out there to like the living room. So I was like, oh, wait a second. I left my charger in my car. I'm finna go grab it. That was the plan, to go back outside. So mind y'all, like I said, the door to his building, once you close it, it'll lock. So y'all, I literally had to go down out of their apartment to the like building front door, put a rock. I had to put a rock right in like by the door so it wouldn't fully shut, so that way I can get back in, because obviously I didn't want him to come back down and get me. So I was just like, I'm gonna put this rock right here by the door, right, so that way I can just get back in with ease. So then I go to my car, I get the gift, and I'm like, wait, once again, I can't just walk up in there with the gift. Like, I don't want him to see it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want him to see it. So luckily it was cold. I had a coat on. So I walked to the building and I'm like looking like, okay. Just making sure he wasn't coming out of the apartment and possibly saw me. So when I finally got back up to the apartment, took the rock out, took my coat off, and I wrapped the gift in my coat. So that way when I went in the apartment, he couldn't see it. So I wrapped it up. Go back in the apartment. Luckily for me, y'all, he was still in the living room with his roommates when I had walked in. So when I walked in, I like scrambled. Like when I say I went to their room so fast so he couldn't see me. But he ended up seeing me come back in and saw me running. He was like, what is she doing, bro? So I run to the room, y'all. Put the gift on the bed. It's wrapped up in a coat. He can't see it, right? So I put it on the bed. And this one stuff get real right here. So the gift on the bed, he walked in the room and he was like, you know, like, what's that? And I was just like, I was like, oh, you mean this? And he was like, yeah, what's that? So at this point, he started smiling, like thinking it's like some, you know, freaky stuff. And I was like, I'm smiling too, because I'm like, yeah, I want you to think it's that. So I'm like, oh, you talking about this? And he was like, yeah. And I'm like, why don't you come see what it is? And he like, I don't want to come see what it is. I'm like, why not? So, you know, at this point, like, it's like, I don't know if he like know what I'm doing or not, like, or if he know that I know something or whatever. But he just like, I don't want to come see what it is. I'm like, why not? Come see what it is. Come lift the coat up. So I'm just like, you know, come on in. Like, what you standing at the door for? So he come in. Mind you, music still playing. So he come in and like, y'all, when I say he got to that coat and he like had two fingers on it like this and like lifted it up like that. He like lifted up like that to like peek. And he kind of saw it was a bag. And then he kind of like took it off and was like, oh, thank you. And I was like, you're welcome. I was like, you know what? You might as well go ahead and, you know, cut that music on off right now. Like, you shut that off. So at this time, I'm still sitting there with like the biggest smile on my face, because I'm just like, yeah, you know, like, Yeah. So he cuts the music off, y'all. So after that, that's when I was just like, okay, let me holler at you real quick. Let me just, holler at you because, like, oh, after that, well, before, I think this was after. So I was just like, let me holler at you real quick. And I was just like, oh, before I get started, congratulations, by the way. I had no idea. I didn't know, like, congratulations. I had no idea about this. Like, this is a shocker to me. So he's just like, y'all, thank you. And I'm like, yeah, sure. And I'm just like, okay, so, let me holler at you. So, I let him know, like, basically, I don't want to come in here, and, like, be yelling and, like, point my finger and doing all this like I'm your girl or something, because I'm not. By no means am I coming in here like I'm your girl, because that's not the type of, that's not what we on. Like, we not on it. But I am coming in here as a woman that you've been dealing with and a woman that I thought you was somewhat cool with enough to have some type of respect for me. I've always been the type of person that say, keep it to me straight. Keep it to me straight so I can know what we doing. Like, if we truly are just like messing around, cool, got that, cool or whatever. And he said that. And I knew he was messing around. And I knew it was other people or whatever. I knew that. Remember, I told y'all I started to get to a point to where I knew that and I started to not care. Because I was just like, whatever. I felt like I was special, this, that, the other. I could change him, da-da-da. And it wasn't the part of him messing around with other females that got to me, or even with his girlfriend. It was the girlfriend part, and it was the baby part. One thing I kept saying when I was in school, and because I had other guys that I was talking to and stuff like that, one thing I kept repeating is, please do not put me in a situation that is going to bring me any type of mess. Any type of mess. Like, if we just over here having fun, because I can be in a situation where we can have fun and whatever. I just need to know that from up jump, so that way I don't get attached. Because if I know we having fun, I'm not gonna get attached to you, because I ain't gonna be treating you in that way to where I'm gonna treat you like you ain't nothing, honestly, because that's just how I operate. But I want to know those things up front, So when he told me, yeah, we just cooling, I'm like, okay, that's really messed up, because I really thought we was building towards something. I decided to keep messing with him, true enough. But like I said, it was the you got a whole girlfriend with a baby on the way part that was a little bit overkill for me, because I ain't got time for no woman to be having a Barbara, this is Shirley conversation with me, straight up. So as long as the sneaky link is not bringing me any type of mess, especially at that time, I'm a college student. I'm not looking to be into it with no female, nothing like that. I'm not looking for that. So basically, I told him, I feel like that's where the overkill came. Like, I know I'm not the only girl you like dealing with. I know that. Like, come on now. Like, look at you. Once again, look at you. I'm not the only girl that you dealing with. I got that. I was like, it's just to the point to where, you have a whole girlfriend that is pregnant, very pregnant, to where y'all know that y'all are having a girl, and you couldn't even simply like, Erica, no, because I've told him before, like, look, just don't have me in no messy stuff. Like, don't have me in no situation where a female be ready to fight me over you, because I look like. So I'm just like, no, don't have me in nothing like that. That's all I ask, literally. So I just feel like, dang, like, why you couldn't just say that, and we could have possibly like, wrap this up, and we could have possibly still been cool. That's the part. Like, yeah, I would have been a little scarred by like, dang, I really thought. But it would have been better you just saying that versus me having to find out. Like, finding out ain't never the way. Like, it's never what I want to do. So that's why I was so frustrated, because I'm just like, why you didn't just say that? Like, I thought we kind of got to a stage where we could just be honest with each other. Like, I know how maybe for some other men in other situations I've like been in, maybe we didn't have a connection like that yet to be like, keep it 100. But like in that situation, and like I said, if y'all would have known the type of situation we had, I would have thought like, look, we could keep it all the way funky, and we could have talked about it and been like, chop that up to, okay, well, guess what? We done, like, we done dealing like that, but like we still kick it. It could have been one of them situations, but who knows? Because he just decided to let me find out instead of just telling me. So I basically let him know, like, it's real unfortunate because I feel like this would have all could have been avoided if you would have just said something, like, or maybe it wouldn't have, like maybe I was really wrapped up and I would have reacted in a whole different type of way. But for the most part, I really did wish that he would have just told me from jump, and I feel like that would have just kind of prevented all that happening, like me finding out, and like that's just never the way to go for me. It's like it's trying to hide it, because like when the baby get here, you just gonna keep hiding your child? What you was gonna do? Like, was you gonna cut it off eventually? Was you not? And then especially when it looks to me like you're in a very committed relationship with this woman. She is genuinely over here thinking, you're not doing your dirt. And it's like, but at the end of the day, I really felt like, the situation we had, that we did have some type of mutual respect there for each other. So I let him know, listen, by no means am I coming in here, like I said, trying to scream at you, yell at you like I'm your girl, or like demand answers, or we ain't doing all that. I just simply wanted to let you know, like, I just truly feel like hurt, disrespected by it, disappointed that, this is how we gotta like shut it off. Like, I hate that. I hate that it had to end like that, because we had some cool times. We had some cool moments. So it's really unfortunate that that's what had to happen. Like, you know what I'm saying? And, at the end of it, I basically told him, like, I don't wish no harm on you, your child, your baby mother, girlfriend, whatever. I don't wish no harm. I pray that she has a, safe delivery. I pray that y'all's baby is safe, everything. Like, I am not in the Bitter Betty Club at all. At all. I hope that it all works out for y'all. Praying for y'all, definitely. It's just now at this point, I can't have no respect for you. Now I can't sit up here and rock with you like I did before, because it is like the whole hiding thing, like hiding stuff in any type of situation, rather situationship, talking, dating, sneaky link, just the hit, like, communication is key no matter what level of the relationship is in, even if it's in the lowest stages. Please keep it 100, people. Like, for me, I would just have respect for you so much more if you just say it how it is and say what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just really annoying that I had to be the one to come and talk to you about this, and I had to be the one to find out. Like, it's frustrating. Like, why did I have to come? Like, why couldn't you just? But yeah, basically how that ended, y'all, is, me and him, we definitely stopped talking after that. We definitely stopped dealing after that. But I mean, I didn't like hate him or anything after it. It's just, I lost a lot of respect because I thought we had, a little bit something just more than what it was, like surface level, more than what, it was initially thought of. Basically, I thought we had something deeper. But basically, y'all, that's really the end of the story on, like, how I found out, how I brought it to him, how I talked to him. And like I said, in the conversation when I talked to him, I wasn't screaming, I wasn't yelling. I basically just like said, like, dang, this is messed up and I really hate it ended like this. Like, it's a tragic end to a story. It's a tragic end to a story that it didn't even have to have a tragic end. It could have just had an end, but it had to end tragically because you just couldn't, you just wanted to be a man and have your cake and eat it too. So now you ain't got no cake coming from me. I mean, probably still had a whole bunch of cake coming from some other places, Like I said, I definitely wasn't the only one. But, it was unfortunate. But, yeah, y'all, basically Moral of the story is, just communicate no matter what stage of your relationship, situationship, dating, talking, whatever it is. Communicate. Understand what it is. And don't go in with high expectations of what you want out of it, because you can go in wanting the world, like this is my husband, and then it's like, no, God will humble you very quickly and show you, no, this is a lesson. This is not your husband. Also, just remember to really just never get too caught up in situations that are not meant to be long term, especially if a man tells you, we just kicking it, we just cooling. Pay attention to the signs. Pay attention to the signs. Pay attention to the lingo, the words, his actions. Pay attention to all of that, because the signs were there in chapter 1 when I started talking to that guy, and I just ignored it. And I just was like, I don't care, because I'm gonna be the one that's gonna he gonna be. Pay attention. Pay attention. And don't look the other way. If you see the flag, it's high in the air, it's red, it's waving. A waving red flag high in the air. Girl, don't look over here and see what. It can't be more clear. It can't be more clear. Trust your gut, trust your instinct, and understand, if a man shows you once what type of man he is, believe him. Believe him. That's all I'm saying. But basically, that was the end of this story time, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope it was slightly entertaining for y'all. Like I said, this is all fun and jokes. Like, there is no harsh feelings or anything like that towards him now. This happened a long time ago. We definitely moved on. We're grown now. Like, come on. There's no beef there or anything. This is simply for entertainment. And like I said, if there's anyone that has any type of negative comment, shady comment, petty comment, whatever to say about this video, you're just going to simply get your comment removed and get blocked, because come on, we just don't want to start any type of negativity. This is simply just about something that was funny that happened a long time ago. But anyways, y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I hope this was, like I said, entertaining. I hope that y'all come back for more, because I have a lot more like crazy funny stories that have happened to me that I definitely will be sharing. I'm an open book. I don't have no problem sharing about my life, my lessons that I've learned, my life experiences, because I've taken a lot from each and every one of them. But like I said, thank y'all so much for coming back to my channel. Make sure y'all like, y'all comment, y'all subscribe, turn the bell notification on so that you can know anytime that I post another video. I will be posting back again on Wednesdays and Sundays, so make sure y'all tune in for that. Might be coming on Fridays, but don't take my word for it. We just saying that for now. But anyways, love y'all so much. Thank y'all for the continued support, and I hope to see y'all back next time. Bye.